Let's wake up, wake up. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Cash your checks and wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Let's wake up, wake up.
Welcome to the Daily Streak for Friday, June 1st. It's the start of a new month, and that means new hope for everybody. I'm Jay Craney.
And I'm Steve DeBerry. I don't know about you, but I'm freaking pumped for this new month.
I can't wait.
Just looking at the slate for today, there's some easy greens out there. So
absolutely. If you haven't seen us before, May was our first month doing this, and we analyzed 4 matchups every day. I think we both came out on the better end of 60% for our picks for the entire month. So pretty good, but I think we both look to improve on that. I know we learned a couple of things throughout the month of doing this. So let's get right into it for June. Let's not waste any more time. Let's get started with French Open. I'm excited about this. We've got a great matchup for the second round with Gilles Simon and Stanislas Wawrinka.
I'm glad you took that one because I wasn't able to pronounce them correctly. Simone's having a good year. He's won a tournament already. Mm-hmm. He's made it to the finals of another tournament where he lost to Rafael Nadal. He's ranked, I believe, currently 12th in the world. As I looked through his results, he's the type of player that beats who he's supposed to be and loses to who he's supposed to lose to. Mm-hmm. That's sort of the notion that I got from there. Stanislas, he's had a pretty solid year, but no wins. He seems like he's not as experienced because I think Simone has 10 career wins. Stanislas only has 3. Stanislas, the difference here for me though, when I was doing the research, was their French Open results of the past. Mm-hmm. Stanislas has had much better much better results at the French Open. He usually gets stopped by the Roger Federers of the world. That's where he loses. He doesn't really drop the matches that he has a chance of winning. So that tells me he's a pretty good clay court player. I know right now the percentages are saying Simone, and I think that's largely based on the fact that he's ranked higher.
It is.
But I'm going with... What's his last name?
Just call him Stan.
I'm going to call him Stan. I'm going with Stan. Stan for the green. I'll be locked into the golf prop, so I won't get a chance to do this one, but I do like Stan in this one.
Okay. And what you saw there was that Stan is a very, very solid player. Simone is a little more up and down. He's when he's on, he's really on, and he can beat anybody. But he's a little bit volatile. If he is having a bad day, he will tank and he will lose. He is having a good year. He beat Tsonga on clay in April. He beat Stan a couple months ago at Indian Wells on a hard court. But Stan will win this match. Wawrinka will wear him down. He'll stay out there for 8 hours if he needs to. This guy is a grinder. You see it when he plays the best in the world. He's played both Djokovic and Nadal in the last 2 months, and he's lost both of those, but in a dogfight. I mean, people have to work to beat him, and he's stronger than Simone physically. He's got a better backhand. He will wear him down, and he will win. Very high confidence.
And just for our viewers out there, in case you didn't know, Jake used to play tennis in college, so he's pretty close to the game and knows a lot about it.
I know a little bit more probably than the average streaker.
Yes.
I'm pretty highly confident in this matchup.
Yes, just like I'll toot my horn when the Olympics and track and field come around.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, next matchup we've got is the Tiger Woods prop. What will be his score? 70 or lower, 71 or higher?
Interesting prop. 19 players shot a 70 or under on day 1, and Tiger Woods is right there at 70. And he would have been even better if he hadn't have screwed up that very, very last hole. Otherwise, he appears to be playing mistake-free golf. A couple of birdies sprinkled in there, no bogeys other than that last one. So I look for him to either match or probably beat best that mark. I think he's going to go 70 or fewer.
Yeah, that double bogey actually came on his 9th hole of the day. He started
that was the 9th hole? Okay.
Yeah, but Adam Scott also ironically double bogeyed that hole. So it was that 18th hole, which was his 9th of the day, is playing tough. Muirfield played very tough today. Mm-hmm. The Muirfield Village course as a whole played tough today. We saw considerably better scores in the afternoon than the morning. Tiger was in the morning flight, which tells me that when the course is a little damp in the morning, it's not as easy because they're not getting the rolls out of the drivers, and that tells me that even when the greens firm up, it pays to have that extra 10 or 15 yard roll out of your driver. You can have wedges into the holes. Tiger will be in the afternoon flight today, so I expect Tiger to be able to better his score from today. I like the 70 lower as well. So yeah, I think we started the month off with two props we agree on.
Okay, good. Yeah, we had a lot of disagreements toward the end of May.
Yeah.
Kind of wild finish last couple of days, but it's good to see we're on the same page at least so far. Having said that, let's get to the soccer matchup. International friendly between Italy and Russia. Russia having the draw option. What do you got?
Two key player moves in this game. Italy gets back Giorgio Chiellini, who is the defender for Juventus, actually missed a match against Napoli, and that really cost Juventus. Russia will be without their center back. His name is Sergei Ignashevich. And
sounds good.
He supposedly was one of their better players. They're resting him up for Europe.
Yes.
Okay? So right there, you've got one team that looks to me is taking this a little more seriously than the other, because they're getting a guy coming off of injury and not going to sit him, and Russia's sitting someone that they just want to rest. Italy went 8-0-2 in their Euro 2012 qualifying, outscoring their opponents in those 10 games 20-2. They, since the last World Cup, have been one of the best teams in the world. They did drop a game to the USA in a friendly, but outside of that, they have been very, very good. Russia's coming off a 0-0 draw to Lithuania. I like Italy in this one. It's a neutral site game in Zurich, but I like Italy in this one.
Okay. Yeah, I think Italy is taking it a little more seriously with Russia deciding to sit one of their better players, and Italy kind of realizing they need the warm-up for Euro 2012 because they had to cancel their game with Lithuania because of an earthquake.
Yeah.
So I think,
Good
and
point.
before that, the U.S. match was in February, so they really need to gel, and they're going to take this very seriously. Russia's lack of scoring really bothers me. I think a 1-1 result against Uruguay is pretty solid, but 0-0 against Lithuania is, I mean, it's not very good. I'm looking for the Italians to come out, and I think they may only need one to win this. I'm taking Italy.
All right, so that's
Three for three.
Let's see what we do here. Heat at Celtics is the last game we're talking about. This is game 3 of the series. The Heat are up 2-0. Celtics controlled a good portion of game 2, but couldn't get the win, couldn't get it done in overtime. What do you like here?
Well, I underestimated Boston in game 2. I kind of wrote them off, but they really showed a lot of fight. They showed they still have talent. They've got a championship core there, even though it's getting old. Rondo showed a lot of grit. I think he played the entire game, didn't he? I don't think he sat down.
Yep, not a second.
And he showed that he's one of the elite players in the league, and the Heat still managed to win. So the Heat will not really have any desperation factor going into this. I think the Celtics, at this point, deep down, they know they're done. So I think at this point it's salvaging not getting swept. And I don't think the Heat are going to play with that sense of urgency. The Boston crowd's going to lift them up. They'll take game 3. They'll probably lose game 4 and 5, but they're going to win this one.
Just like you said, everything you said, I totally agree with. The big stat here for me, though, is Miami in this playoffs is 3-2 on the road, and they are 7-1 at home. So they have gotten the majority of their wins at home, and the few losses they have had have come on the road. The Celtics are 6-1 at home in the playoffs this year.
Very solid.
They've gone to 2 game 7s.
Yes.
So they played 6 and a 7. Atlanta was 6. I know the last one was 7 against the
I
Sixers.
believe Atlanta was.
And in that run, they've still managed to have a 6-1 home record. So they do their damage at home. They're going to do it at home again tonight, and I like the Celtics as well.
Very good. Well, just in case you didn't know, we do our research independently, and we don't know what each other has picked up until the show, where we kind of tell how we researched it and show, tell what we're picking.
That's why I was puzzled yesterday when I heard Serbia.
Hey, you know what? I stand by that.
But we might get to that in our next segment.
Yeah, we might.
We've got
But 4 for 4 today so far.
we've got the shitty pick of the week coming up.
Oh, you won't want to miss that. Well, it's Friday, so it's time for the shitty pick of the week. Steve, just do it.
There are so many good or awful. There are were so many awful picks this week.
A lot to choose from.
Yeah, a lot to choose from, but I'd like to inform you right now that you're safe.
Oh, I'm not the shitty pick of the week. Yes.
The shitty pick of the week goes to everyone out there that's watching right now. That was in the 80% of people that picked the Bobcats or the Wizards.
Yeah.
80% of you picked the Bobcats or the Wizards. You want to know why that was the shittiest pick of the week?
Why?
Because mathematically, those two teams only had 45% chance of winning the NBA lottery. Any other team had a straight up 55% chance. There was no sports, nothing involved. This was straight mathematics.
Yeah.
So you would expect it to be 100% picking the 55% and 0% picking the 45%.
Mm-hmm.
You could make a case for if laws of numbers would make 55% pick the one side and 45%, but somehow 80% of people pick the 45%.
Shitty pick, folks.
And you almost got away with it, but then the Hornets snuck up and got you. So enjoy your red. We'll be right back with Charles' pick of the week.
What is Charles picking? I don't know my phone.
Enjoy your red. Enjoy your red. We'll be right back with Charles' pick of the day.
Welcome back. It's time for Charles's pick of the day. What will Pickmaster Charles, who was above 50%, by the way, above 500 in May, what will he be picking today?
I believe it was he 13 and 8?
Something yeah.
Close. You'll see it on the bottom line. Charles is going to be starting off the month helping you guys pick the first pick of the day, the 9-hole golf prop. It's Ricky Fowler or tie versus Bubba Watson. Lower score on the first 9. Charles, what do you got?
There you have it, Charles going with Bubba Watson. We will be right back with the first locks of June. Alright, it's time for our locks of the day segment where we give you our stone cold locks. If we had one pick to pick for the day, this would be it. Steve, who is Chris DeBerry locking in for the first pick of June?
Interesting pick from Chris because we both felt strongly about Italy. He's going with Russia.
Ooh.
So we'll see how that one goes. I personally might stay away from that one,
I
but
think Chris is having too much vodka.
yeah, he might be. He might be. The Street Beasts are going with the Tampa Bay Rays. They're gonna try their hand in baseball again. I believe David Price is pitching today.
Yes.
So he's a great pitcher, another ace that you want to roll with. Okay. So that's a good pick.
Make sure to follow the Street Beasts on Twitter and go to their website as well. Personally today, one of the things I learned from May is that I'm going to stay away from locking in too much baseball. It seems to be the most unpredictable thing from day to day, even if it looks really good. I will, you know me, I'll venture into that a little bit, but for today, I will be locking into Boston Celtics. I think that I like old Stanislaus in the morning, but I really am going to lock in the Celtics. I think the Heat will not have a sense of urgency. Boston will win one in front of their home crowd before exiting the playoffs, but they'll win tonight.
I'm locking in Tiger Woods, y'all. 70 or lower. Don't fail me, Tiger.
All right. Well, there you have it. We will be back on Monday. Over the weekend, you can follow us on Twitter to see our locks for the weekend, but we'll be back with another full show on Monday.
Take care.
Luck.